'cause you
Welcome back to ROG Dream League Season 8. We just saw OG take their first games of the season. And we might see them take another 2 games because they're going to play another 2 games. This time they'll go up against Virtus.Pro. Virtus.Pro versus OG. Ring a bell, Will?
Yeah, dude, that's pretty hype.
That is pretty hype, isn't it?
It's the rematch.
Semi-rematch.
Kind of.
Yeah.
It's even more hype in a way.
It's better. It's a better rematch.
It's kind of isn't because but in a way it is.
Yes.
It's
Explain why.
Because Rezo's on there now, and
yes,
there's like that history. He's best friends with Ramses, so now they have to fight each other. There's
there's a couple of stories here.
Yeah.
So and actually they all involve Rezo.
Do they?
Well, most of them. Obviously, there's the OGVP Major, Kiev Major Finals, super hype.
Yes.
That one doesn't involve Rezo. It's one of the only ones.
Got it.
Noted. Then you got Rezo, prodigy child, escapes CAS scene, lives in America, plays amazing Dota, and then now faces the wrath of the top CAS team. His former, well, semi-countryman. It's not actually countryman, but you know what I mean.
And now he's in Europe and not in A.
Yes.
Yeah. So
yes, well,
a little bit of a weak plot on that story.
No, it's still very, very strong.
Very strong. All right.
I see. All right.
I feel like I'm adequately hyped up, guys. You really sold it. Can't wait.
You think you know who is going to take this series, you can put your votes in.
Oh.
You can do your exclamation marker with the team name. It's either hashtag, not exclamation mark, hashtag Virtus.Pro, hashtag OG. And we can check out what you think later on. But I first want to know what Will thinks. This is a tight series. I mean, you just saw OG play. You saw Virtus.Pro play 2 days ago. They both played against Empire, so you got a pretty decent sample as well.
Kind of, but like styles make fights, right?
Yes.
You don't really. If you go by like who beat Empire worse, then I guess OG's winning this series. But like, I don't know what you want me to take off of that comment. Like, who did better against Empire? Like, they both did pretty well, Sheebs.
All right, so what do you think is going to happen this series?
I don't know. I know that. All right, the one thing I know about pro players is that they fiend. They're gonna watch the VODs. They're gonna see what we said, and I was Rezo's coach for the year, and I know he'll take personal offense. So I'm gonna ride the middle and say it's 1-1.
Why don't you? Aren't you kind of like dissing Rezo with that? Why aren't you saying 2-0 OG?
See, now you're trying to get me to. All right, earmuffs it, okay? It's like if you're on OG, earmuffs it. But I think VP's gonna win 2-0.
Damn. Oh no, he
Don't
said
react
it.
to that.
Damn, dude.
What do you think, Jake?
As someone who loves a lot of teams out there, gotta love OG the most. I think they're really gonna 2-0. I really don't. I don't know. This is a good one. We've seen VP be strong a lot in this season already. They really kept their stride going. However, we've seen OG stumble. This is a good chance for them to prove to themselves that they're doing okay. I really do think it is going to be a 1-1. No joke. I feel like OG will probably lose the first game and then get super motivated and come back.
OG is at bootcamp right now. That surely helps a little bit.
Yeah. They should be motivated too. After Lil's comments, you want to like, I don't think as a competitor you really care too much. Like people are going to overblow that in a sense, but it's like, it's still motivating, right? Like you hear that. you hear something bad said about your team, you want to like prove that person wrong. And if you lose, you're just in a way proving them right. You don't want that.
So you gotta try hard is the thing.
Yeah, you gotta try hard.
Now that is a question I have. Do pro players ever try hard? They're like, all right, this series, guys, let's just pick the good stuff. Do they ever kind of like just let it go sometimes in some series?
Oh, by the way, I'm sorry. It meant hashtag VP, not hashtag Virtus.Pro. I might have messed up loads of people's votes, but continue.
Close
Gotcha.
enough.
Close enough.
It depends. Like sometimes when you see a team that you have some kind of rivalry with, you're gonna give it like that extra oomph.
Yeah.
Because it's just like you're gonna play so many online games in the course of a season. Some of them you're just not mentally gonna be all the way together for. But in a series like this, like guy pushes your buttons just the right way, you're gonna want to think
is a tweet? Is that like you feel like Lil's tweet pushes buttons?
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's like you gotta.
That's as deep as it gets of a cut in the Dota world.
I kind of feel like.
I love that he does that, by the way.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I agree. Like personality.
I want to say I condone that behavior 100%. It's so much more fun, guys. Don't hate on him for it. Enjoy it. It creates rivalries.
Makes it more fun for the viewer.
I love it.
Hate on the tweet longer guys. Those are the guys we hate. Hate on those guys. The 4-paragraph essay dudes. Take it easy, bro. Take it easy. But the 120 character boys.
Yeah, say whatever you want.
Say whatever you want. If you can fit it in there, that's hype.
The first EG versus Optic Gaming, like I'm gonna do nothing else. I'm gonna have that thing on like 4 different screens.
We're all Dota players, you know. All of us well, maybe not all of us talk S. Maybe that's why I'm behavior score
C,
C.
dude.
Oh shit.
Over here, A.
Together.
Over there, A.
Are you an A?
I probably am.
Probably. That's what I thought. I thought I was a
You were pretty
sweet, innocent
confident.
boy.
I don't get reported. I'm very nice.
You know what the first thing he said is? He said, I've got so many comments. And then
How could this happen?
And then he plugged it in. And he had a C.
It's all techies.
I got a lot of comments
Insta
as well.
report you for
I've got like 100 comments.
I got less comments than him actually.
How many comments do you have?
3,000.
I've got like 10.
Well, maybe that's why you're not reported, because nobody remembers who you are in game.
Wow.
Think about that, Blitz.
A.
Hey!
A.
This is why I'm a C. I gotta take it easy.
I mean, you're gonna hear that for the rest of the week. You know that.
What?
That you're
You're a toxic
not-
player,
you're
dude.
not-
That I'm the
A.
big C?
yeah, you're not an A.
You're
Yeah.
a toxic player.
Tight. Yeah, on the internet, you can be whoever you want. I feel like I'm a pretty nice person in real life, and if I want to be an asshole on the internet, I'm allowed to be.
You're just a complete piece of shit.
Just
Yeah.
join the rest of the humanity.
It's my fantasy world. I'm allowed to be a dick. That's the whole point of the internet and video games. I role play Dota.
But then, why did you choose this career? Why did you go for this career? Because it basically you can't bring those two together. Really
Yeah,
well.
exactly.
I'm a nice person, okay? I have 3,000
All right,
comments.
So we have OG versus Virtus.Pro. I do think that the Virtus.Pro, I would put Virtus.Pro a little bit above OG at the moment. But that's mostly because I feel like OG is still finding themselves in Virtus.Pro. Like they've played together for a very long time, while OG now has a new addition and still has to work around that a little bit. But we're gonna find out. We're waiting for the lobby to get going. So once again, apologies for the delay. We'll soon get into that draft, and I want to know, from the first series that we saw today, is there anything that you're thinking like, oh, if OG get that, that's going to be really good for them?
We saw them dominate with all those like micro creeps, you know. I thought that was the most impressive game.
The Visage mid.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
I just think
Why?
that OG.
It's just I don't like that. I don't like that you can just win even if you lose fight. You can win because your birds are just killing buildings. I just think that's very anticlimactic.
No, it's like a strategy end, though.
Oh, I know it's a strategy. It's just not fun to watch as a viewer perspective. Sure, if you're winning with it, keep on doing it because winning is fun. But I'm watching the games. And I don't like seeing like, they lost a fight, but you know the birds are still gonna wreck, so it's fine. That's not cool.
It's your strategy. Win however you want. That's the cool thing about Dota. You can find out so many different ways to win.
Winning's all that matters, Sheaves. Even
get
if
the
you have
dubs.
to use birds.
Sure, if you're playing, but we're watching. We're not actually playing.
What do you want from these people? Could you, for the viewers, could you just lose?
No, but I said I don't like Visage, and he's asked me why.
All
So
right.
this is my answer. I get why OG likes Visage because
There's no
No
wrong
Deal's an
opinions here.
absolute monster on that.
I don't think you're a bird hater.
You can say whatever you want. It's your opinion. We can't hate on you for that.
Oh, good. We are about to load into the draft. That's really that's really good. Which means that we should be soon getting ready for the war room. But we have a problem because I don't think Odie and Fogged are aware that the war room is about to be need to be occupied. Oh, they're moving. I heard some big sighs because Owen still has muscle ache.
Yeah, we're all
Sorry, I should laugh at
literally
that.
in pain at all times over here. Thank you, Blitz. Every
You
time
heard
I get
Rezo,
up,
he thanked me.
yeah,
He did.
it's part of your goddamn swole cult. All right, we ain't there.
You're
We're
gonna
just-
get in there with me though.
We're just lanky boys.
That is my promise.
Ugh.
6 months from now, you're just gonna see Slacks and Owen, and they're just gonna be like decked out.
Right. Well, because
Swollen?
OG was a little bit late to the lobby, they do get a penalty of 30 seconds in their drafting time, but we'll see
Rip.
if they would have needed that or not, as we are now ready for the war room.
Hi.
10 seconds
Oh, yeah, we were.
remaining.
I didn't know for sure if we were, so.
Hi.
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 How you doing, guys?
Good.
All right.
Good, good.
VP banned or Spirit? Shocker.
They were watching the last game.
Yeah.
Or watching any game where Jarex plays out Spirit.
Yep.
Yeah, he's,
Do they ban the
Big game
IO? Because that's what Empire banned the IO one of the games, and I was like, has OG played that much IO? I don't think so.
Another first phase Enchantress, man. I'm waiting to see this Enchantress just bust out, boys.
it's good.
So Brew or Spirit? So they've been, yeah, they've definitely just been watching a bit of OG's games. Those are definitely the two heroes that they've been playing the most and having the most success on. And the Enchantress, yeah, like we mentioned, that offlane Enchantress, a lot of the European teams are running it.
10 seconds.
And also,
remaining.
I mean, Lil.
Yeah, VP can run it multiple. I wouldn't be surprised if they ever showed us like the mid-ench. I'm sure no one could play it.
Wouldn't put it past them.
Virtus.Pro
Lich, of
third
course.
pick.
So some big ones left in. Necro's still there.
Necro
Still got the
Veno.
Pugner.
Yeah.
Veno, yeah. There's a lot of big ones.
What were they first picking the other day on VP? Anyone? I'm drawing a blank.
That was a long time ago.
OG's
I
turn to
was
pick.
asleep.
Oh,
they took the
do
IO.
they do take it. It's
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
it's ignored in the bans. So first
Yep.
pick IO. VP will be happy with that one, I'm sure.
That's a Lil hero.
I don't know. Do you pick IO against OG? They're very experienced with IO, you know?
If you're confident in it,
10
you're gonna take it
seconds
anyways.
remaining.
Yeah.
And that's Lil, right?
Yeah.
Nope. Lil
5
breeds
seconds
confidence.
remaining.
I'm excited what they do here without the Brewmaster.
Turn to pick.
Jen.
First pick.
Wow.
That's a response to, you know, you group up, the group up mentality versus the IO.
Jarex did play it very well in game 1 today.
He was
Very tight on the chin.
he was quite farmed indeed.
Uh-huh.
Any chance we're going to see that classic Disruptor
For a VP
10
or for OG?
seconds remaining.
for OG? Kind of the IO reaction, you know?
Don't think they'll pick both their supports
5
first too, though.
seconds remaining.
They'll probably pick like what S4's hero here as usual, the offlaner.
I'd imagine.
I think VP might take the disruptor though, right?
Yeah. Well, it'd be cool if we saw that strat again, Sheeves. Get some Visage in there.
No, it would not be cool. I just explained why.
Why?
Do you remember it was the EG's counter to Wisp at all times? Is Clinks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you just like two-shot him.
You do two-shot the ball.
Yeah, we just said, well, VP played Clinks yesterday, didn't they? No one played
So
Clinks.
OG does. Good call.
Hey!
Slackaroonie.
And so they questioned me.
Whoa,
Ooh,
tiny IO.
IO
That's a bit
tiny.
of fun. There we go.
Blast from the
I
past.
think it's on that side there. Under the Tinker, I believe.
This is such a classic combo.
Yeah, I love IO Tiny.
So will that be going into the mid lane? No one playing?
Whoa, hang on. We got stuff to talk about. This is new Tiny. This is post
Oh, yeah, he's a little better.
Scepter patch Tiny. guys.
Minus 30 mana on toss.
Yeah,
Or-
90
Whoa.
cost level 1 rather than what? Yeah.
instead
Now, not a lot of
120.
people tried. They tried Tiny for a little bit right after that patch, and then everyone decided that he still sucked. Does IO make him viable? Is that why the only reason that he's picked up in this game?
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
All right.
Very confident in that one.
Yeah, I don't think you played Tiny without IO and
Crit played it
patch still.
a little bit on support, right? When they first changed it
Yeah.
after TI, and he had okay mixed results, I'd say. But I think this is by far the most dominant way to play the hero. I think I think it's like one of the only ways because he still feels like he lacks. He needs so many things, right? Like he needs attack speed, he needs his items, he needs his aghanims eventually, and IO just lets you take fights and just split push and do so much. And
Well, the biggest thing is, especially with Tiny, is that it's hard to really get in there. You get kited pretty easily. If you get stunned once, it feels like this hero just gets blown up and run around. but IO pretty much prevents that at all times. You give him the, like you
5
said,
seconds
you give him move
remaining.
speed, you give him attack speed.
Damage
You're not just like,
reduction.
yeah, you're not just like a
everything.
one-shot burst hero anymore. You're like you're a super mobile hero.
Yeah. Like that's what, yeah, like he lacks movement speed, he lacks attack speed, he lacks armor, and then what does IO give you? It gives you the attack speed, it makes you tankier with the damage reduction. It's really a blessing.
He's your best friend, Jake.
Yeah.
He just hugs you.
What's that?
Gives you
like?
mana, even though now Tiny isn't. I mean, Tiny's not really that mana intense anymore.
What's it like to have friends?
All right, so but the downside is you know exactly what you're going up against because this is a combination that you know is classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tried and true combo.
Yeah.
I mean,
They ban the Viper, and that's one of the better ones because
Mm-hmm.
you can't get combo down. The lane is pretty rough as well. And OG is already, you know, with the Chen, you can have a very group mentality kind of lineup to deal with it.
Virtus.Pro's
And so, like,
turn
people
to
for at
ban.
one point in time versus the IOs, they were picking like these Tidehunter, Enigmas, everything. It's just like you can't team fight it, and eventually you just like lose the game.
OG's
But
turn to pick.
a good team with IO can make so much happen around the map and split push.
But it used to always be, well, not specifically OG, but it used to always be No Tail. He knows, you know, he was
Yeah.
the IO Tiny combination, so he knows the ins and outs of everything that he can expect from Virtus.Pro.
10 seconds remaining.
now, is there a chance here that we see the Star-Crossed Lover picked up? The Chaos Knight
5 seconds remaining.
again? I always feel like Chaos Knight is okay against Tiny IO because he just blows one of them up, right?
Wouldn't be surprised, to be honest, because they picked it so often.
Oh.
But this is one of the mid hero that can't really die to the combo. Well, it's actually,
Look at the S4 puck.
you know, yeah, that's true. You know,
Look
the
at
thing
the
is,
S4 puck.
you think that you're always gonna live as a puck versus this kind of combo, but you actually are pretty susceptible. I'm gonna put it in between both
Yeah.
lanes because I think it's gonna. I don't
Could
know.
be
We still
50-50.
don't know where it's gonna be.
10 seconds remaining.
But puck, it's like if you use your orb aggressively at all, they can combo you. If you use your phase
5
shift, you can still die because you can't dodge avalanche with phase shift.
OG's turn to pick.
It's pretty scary.
Wow.
Solo weak structure.
Deal with the Chen creeps.
That would have been good on either. Just because it is pretty good against the IO, but of course Disruptor is the more preferred one since you can just glimpse back.
And we did see VP run
10
Witch Doctor
seconds.
day before
Turn
yesterday,
to
didn't we?
Solo loves that hero.
Yeah, so it's
Oh,
Solo's got so that
Uh-oh.
group of supports that he
Hey,
likes.
look, our favorite hero.
Necro.
so they took that
Yeah.
after the support combo was taken,
OG's
so there's no
turn to
chance of an
ban.
A or anything.
Interesting.
And we talked about this yesterday, Yonis. The best counter to
Necro is back.
Necro is Bat Rider.
Yep.
Why is that?
He pops Ghost Shroud. You do so much
Yeah,
damage.
because you can't survive the burst because Bat is entirely magic damage. So everything that you
10
do
seconds remaining.
during the Ghost Shroud, since you're so slow on top of the sticky, like the heal
5
doesn't get
seconds
negated.
remaining.
In fact, you just kill yourself even faster.
Works really well with the IO Tiny too. You see anybody on the map, lassoed, relocate, dead if they're caught off the guard at all.
I don't know if I'm that scared though. I mean, this is a fantastic Necro game. Necro against IO is fantastic because if he kills IO, which is so easy to do, he just wins the team fight. I mean, I
It
don't
kind
know.
of goes both ways though, because Bat really does.
10 seconds remaining.
He really wrecks.
He really
Necro.
chunks him down.
All right.
But Disruptor is not bad against
5
Bat
seconds
since you can always
remaining.
glimpse back. There's like a weird timing window associated with both lineups in this regard.
A lot of sustain with the Chen heal too for the Necro, so that could be the little thing that might be enough to push it over, but
So like one side counters another, but then the other side counters. There's like a weird synergy thing. Because if you Disruptor ulti and you don't get the IO in here, he can always take out somebody out of it,
Yeah.
which is a really good counter. All those spells like Chrono, the kinetic field and stuff like that, IO's really good against in general.
and he gets, you know, this game they're probably gonna have like Glimmer Cape and stuff and everything, and right now OG has no physical damage whatsoever. Well, Necro kind of is a physical because you go the Radiance build and the damage talent, but you know, with that damage reduction and Glimmer Cape, like the Necro ult can actually be, you know, tolerable in a way if you are in the right position.
So is that something that you think that they should fix in the last pick?
They've got they've got like very little physical. It's just the Necro when he gets that rad if he goes for that build.
Oh, they still got one pick
They
left
still got
over.
that last pick. Will VP ban the CK? Because I think OG might just still grab it because they've been loving that hero so much.
Yeah, Star-Crossed Lovers, IO's old fling.
And it's all four heroes on the side of VP are very low armor, so Reality Rift can be pretty glorious. But that means it would be a mid Necro too, and mid Necro is definitely would suffer. So I don't know. OG has could have some really different lanes. We really don't know how they're gonna lane this one because it still could be Necro mid, could be Puck mid. think more than likely it's Necro safe and
You guys
Looking at
talked
mid
about
lane,
the strength of Silencer against Batrider last time. Good pick in this game, you think, or?
Or it would have to be a core silence
Yeah.
then, and that it's not really.
not as good anymore.
Yeah, it's a bit tough to run.
Was it last bet?
VP bans the Weaver. They want to, the lane matchup because Weaver versus Bat is really, really, really hard for Bat. And Io as well. Weaver's probably one of the better heroes versus Io. You just get on top of him with the bugs. Not the best, actually decent disable on VP, but lane
What are you
matchups.
thinking, Will?
For VP, I think you need a diffusal blade carrier, so PL or Jug. Oh, they take LC.
So where they're going to put what, Ramses on the LC and the safe lane so they can sort of leave him alone? Do you think? Like, what's the plan here from VP?
Was it VP that played the safe lane Bat? Now I think it might have been VP that played the safe lane Bat that I was thinking.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think it might have been. because
Mystery solved?
I think that might be the Bat for Ramses in the safe lane and then Pasha on the Legion, but that I don't know. I don't know actually because I've seen them change it so much.
Well, Legion's great. I mean, you get to grab the puck, which is going to be pretty hard in this game, I think. So, yeah, that's one way to secure that.
Press the attack on Tiny.
Yeah.
And they don't really have any real save on the side of OG for a target that gets dueled. It was
Gives
his
them-
last pick, but
Gives them that like big nuke, that deep push as well, to be able to kind of deal with the Chen creeps can help a lot.
of course that heal very nice for the IO Tiny combo as well.
And now, yeah, they have two ways to set up for the
Double, triple
relocates,
heals.
right? The Batrider Lasso and the Legion Commander ult, they can set up for relocates around the map.
Lone Druid.
OG takes a Lone Druid. So that's their building hitter, and that's their group up. So look at that lineup right there with Chen. It's pretty strong if they're able to actually get their items online and just go straight for towers.
Well, we'll see if it swaps, but at the moment Ramses is going to pick up Legion and Pasha is on.
So it's
on the
okay.
back.
So it's going to be. Did we even grab
And
that?
of course, yeah, no tail Lone Druid and Rezo playing the Necro.
All right. Thank you very
S4
much,
puck.
Jen.
we forgot to grab Legion too.
Ah, that's all right.
Whatever.
Let's go.
Good job, War Room.
So for us, I think I'm gonna go for Virtus.Pro for this one, and I find it a fairly even draft, but it's more like a hunch more than anything, and I think that IO Tiny can definitely be really good here. But it's very even for me. What do you think, Will?
I think VP takes this, and I feel like the main reason for that is I think they've got a good amount of team fight. They have good lockdown. They're going to set the pace very well. If they can get the duel on the Necro, doesn't matter too much. I think they have the better shot here.
Yep, I want to be a contrarian and go for OG, but my favorite counter pick to Lone Druid is Witch Doctor, the
All right.
bouncing casks. Let's go, VP.
So we're at 3 on VP side right here. Let's find out if they are gonna take this first game. It is over to ODPixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much. And indeed, well, we've seen the two lineups and Lone Druid, the finishing pick from OG.
Yeah.
And this very interesting sort of performance that we're going to be expecting from VP, running Ramses on the Legion. Now on that, well, we'll see which lane he does go to. At the moment, he's
the
down bottom.
Maledict, level 1.
He's going to punch Jax pretty heftily. He shouldn't die.
Did they get the glimpse? No, he actually gets the Thunderstrike. S4's there by us all. Goodbye.
That's your first blood. S4.
Oh, the dream.
Mr. Pogchamp. There we go.
Yep.
There
Off
we go.
lane, Puck gets the first blood. So
That's
it is
the
going to
dream
be.
for that puck.
It is going to be the mid Necro.
Oh, and they get the D-ward
And the
as well.
D-ward.
Oh.
Okay.
OG, GG.
painful.
There we go. They love that start. That's the kind of start they want to look for.
So small other thing we didn't get to touch on since it was closing out quickly was they have the Puck and the Lone Druid combination as well for OG. So they can, you do the Savage Roar under the coil and automatically pretty much breaks the coil and you can get a pretty good situation for those fights a lot of the time.
Yeah, and I guess that's sort of a nice answer to these Bat Legion jump-ins that we sort of talked about, not really having any save from it. But yeah, Savage Roar can certainly throw a bit in the mix when those sort of jumps.
So no one is safe lane with Tiny.
Oh, they're going to say, okay.
And Pasha is mid with Bat because he has a
Oh, okay.
The battle
So what
begins.
matchup is this trying to get? What are they trying to get, VP? Are they dodging something or are they trying to get a lane matchup? I mean, in fact, OG themselves may be moving things around. What are they sticking with at the moment? Yeah, Rezo's going to head up to top with the Disruptor.
They saw the Tiny, so they want to have the. I think that they wanted to have the Bat versus.
It's the
Necro.
return of the S4 mid.
Oh, he's back.
S4 mid is back, ladies
Look
and
at those
gentlemen.
starting items. He has 8 tangos in a cell.
S4 mid in 2017, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how it goes down. S4 versus Pasha in the mid lane. These offlaners stepping back up to the mid role for this game.
This is cute. I like it. So I think this is probably what OG kind of wanted, the lane matchups. I think VP was trying to dodge this kind of situation, but
I mean, to the point where would you think VP will move, or do you think VP will just accept it and stick with what they've got at the moment?
they're going to probably just try versus try.
Yeah.
They have the Witch Doctor Cask at least versus the Chen creeps, and they have their both pulls actually open, and they have the side vision, so I think they're actually just going to contest this one for a moment. He should be able to get farm every time the wave pushes in on the Tiny too. So this is going to be a battle of pretty much who makes the mistake of walking out of position. I think VP needs to pretty much play in the lane until they have the Cask, because remember, he's skilled Maledict level 1.
Oh, and here comes the Tornado, Jerax.
He's got to find that. They know where it is. They see the creep with the ward, so he just stuns it.
Stop that, please.
Yeah.
And so this bottom lane, we're getting this 1v1 left between Ramses and Notel, the Lone Druid Legion matchup. Is this sort of a way that we seem to expect to see this 1v1 end up going, or what do you reckon is going to happen down here?
They both farm
Yeah.
until Lone Druid gets 5, and then Ramses struggles a little bit. Of course, you can press off the root, but you know you're going to hit pretty much with 2 heroes. Top lane, no one.
Look at that, the Death Pulse and the clap from the Hellbear Smasher, bringing no one down very, very low.
Heartstopper is so annoying as well, just constantly ticking you down, slowly but surely. Your tangos just get nullified very heavily. Mid lane, S4 is getting...
He is getting trashed at the moment.
And a little bit handled.
11-4, 12-4 against the 4-4-2. What's going on? I mean, is this expected to have this matchup be this one-sided in the early levels?
Pasha's been doing a really good job.
Yeah,
He keeps the
Pasha.
sticky stacks, and S4 can't turn. It's an issue. He'll catch back up because it was like a triple creep wave under the tower, pretty much.
Sure, and I guess eventually, once you've got a few levels, you can nuke the waves back out as the puck, and you will find your farm. But nice little start there for Pasha.
And like we said,
few ways.
S4 had a little bit of an awkward item build. He thought he was sitting, thought he was off lane, so
Sure.
he has a crazy amount of regen, which you ideally wouldn't really need in that matchup. He wants the null, but now he gets the wand delivered out. He's not really susceptible to dying, but Pasha already's got a bottle. And Pasha knows the matchup pretty well. You see he doesn't get the Firefly. He goes 2 in Sticky and 1 in Flame Break right away. He recognizes it's like there's no way you Firefly on top, but a couple Sticky stacks and a Flame Break, it's a lot of damage. Now, of course, he will put the pressure on. It's level 4. He's just trying to force the wave in. He has a full bottle. Might as well do so.
Absolutely. In fact, this is going to be the first attempt on that top lane as they get Solo in place to take down Jerax, the 3 of them, managing to punish Chen. A little too far out of position.
Power of the Cask, but no one is still only 9 creeps compared to the 15 on that Necro. So yeah, Ramses, like I said, trading farm. He's actually dead even with the Lone Druid at the moment.
Top lane, they're going in again. Maledict, and that burst is pretty scary. Rezo, it should be fine. It's not the Death Pulse.
It's a level 1 Maledict, yeah. Should be fine. He has a stick as well and a salve for afterwards, so he'll be healed all the way full.
Once there's a second point in that, though, they have to be very careful from that sort of Maledict combo.
But the Necro also, you get level 4, you're not going to die in this.
Okay.
Unless you're really far out of position, right? You just go Shroud, you pop your wand, it negates a lot of that Maledict damage.
Oh, surprise!
Double golems. Bye-bye.
Oh, that's nasty.
The Shard Golems.
Jerax waiting in the bushes for his unsuspecting target.
So important to point out is that OG blocked the pull right away after the first pull, because that's pretty much how VP can win the lane. It's just chain pulling and just out-resourcing and getting more levels than OG in that top lane, but now they're unable to do so. And now, yeah, you see S4 catches right back up.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah. He's nice.
Perfectly fine.
We saw Pasha sort of move around a bit, he was picking up some of the bounty runes. Yeah, this time he's been out of lane. Yeah, it's given S4 more than enough space to start to close that gap back up. He's heading down towards the bottom, in fact, so going for a very early movement, Pasha. Seeing if he can maybe do something with Ramses. Yeah, get a Firefly round into position. I'm not sure the easiest target. He does, of course, have the Savage Roar ready, Notel.
Yeah,
but looks like they're going to try nonetheless.
See if they can get him.
Successful.
There's no stun.
And, yeah, that was a little bit of an awkward play there for VP.
But Notel TP'd all the way back to base. I thought he was TPing to the tower.
Oh, he didn't need to do that, did he?
Yeah, it's going to waste a little bit of his time.
All right, okay, so VP actually ending up pulling off a pretty effective play there. Gives a nice bit of space for Ramses. Ramses certainly in this lane where the 1v1 is pretty even. Ramses will be able to get himself a wave or 2 advantage now off the back of that little play.
He's actually going to coming out ahead because of that. It was a slight little mistake there by Notel, I'd say.
Definitely the biggest problem for VP is the fact that, as you mentioned earlier, top lane, no one is not getting good farm. And Tiny's certainly a hero that you want to have the sort of earlier levels, early advantage. How's he doing in terms of levels as well? Because obviously he has these two supports hanging around with him. It's not really going to be the quickest of levels either. So this, once the combo starts to get built up, it's not going to sort of have the same potential as say a mid lane Tiny would get. He's not getting the same sort of experience.
Yeah, and yeah, it's pretty much try versus try completely. So the supports are pretty underleveled here. OG maybe doing a little bit better because they have that Chen moving around throughout the jungle. But yeah, Lil making the moves toward bottom. I think the line was also drawn by Jerax. It looked like they saw the IO moving across the wards that they placed, so they know that he's going to be down there picking up those bounty runes.
Let's see if OG can catch out Pasha. They've brought two across. Pasha is going to move forward with the Firefly. They're straight down with the Dream Coil. Pasha will be held in place with the Hellbear Smasher and the Thunder Strike. More than enough damage from OG to get themselves the kill. But look towards Lil.
Oh, the S4 haste
He's
rune.
got the haste rune. He's zip-zapping in.
Of course he has the haste rune.
The classic S4 rune. Now, does he actually have the damage to do this, though? He's taking a bit of a beating from the ball slap from Lil. But Lil's up to the high ground with the tether over to Solo. He'll be fine. He will survive. They've got the way pushing him. Jerax with his Hellbear. Able to get quite a bit of damage onto this tier 1. VP will see if they want to try and contest it. They are coming across. TP in as well, back from Pasha. They want to see if they can get some sort of a catch. But OG aware of this, already starting to back away.
That's still such an instant award by VP there, but that's such a good rotation, right? They get the kill, and look at that tower.
A lot of damage.
It's the 5 minute with the catapult, and it's going to actually maybe even put into deny range. Let's see. One more hit. And yep, it's in deny range.
No one actually heading over towards the mid lane now. Let's see, I'm still worried to see what sort of effect this Tiny has.
Yeah, they're swapping the lanes up.
It's a slow start for him.
Necro's just staying there, but now he's versus a level 7 Puck, and Dream Coil is back online. So S4 is probably going to tell his team, guys, I have Dream Coil. You can make a rotation cleanly pretty much whenever. He's a very vocal player.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's... What is the plan for that? How do you get this Tiny back into a position where he can... Because the combo is... At this sort of at the scale that he's progressing in comparison to what OG have, it's not really where you want your core Tiny to be, I feel, coming up to 8 minutes in.
I'll have to catch him up. Oh, mid lane.
S4? He's nearly getting the kill here.
He
gets the tower.
He's got orb up in a second too. The toss back.
I'm worried about this Tiny, man.
Oh, one more hit. No one's dead, and S4 got the tower.
No one and his Tiny on that set. It's gonna be such a tough game for him.
I mean, he's level 4. That's
like, how do you come back in? It's hardly a hero that you can flash for where you can combo like one of the camps and then you're out of mana.
He just has to find a place to farm him and catch back up. They'll catch up heavily through a kill, so 1 or 2 kills and he's gonna be. If they kill the Puck, it's gonna be really hard to do that. But
sure,
when they do, he'll get so much experience. And now he'll just get a lane to himself.
And as you say, yeah, once the Aya has relocate, then they can start to look for those sort of pickoffs. But that's still quite well away as well, of course. Aya, only level 4 at the moment. Still very early stages.
It's usually like 2 ways. If you have someone who's super far behind like this, either you sit behind him and you pretty much make sure that he doesn't die and that he can farm in a position, or you make space elsewhere. You pressure another side of the map so he can just farm.
And he's only a couple of hundred ahead of Jerax's Chen.
But this is never where you want like Tiny to be, because Tiny, ideally, you want to be bursting people with your combo as soon as possible. Now, and pretty much everybody's gonna have range drop. And you actually can click on like everyone in the game. I'm pretty sure they all have range drop. Let's see, does Disruptor? Not just yet, but even Chen, which is a hero that you wouldn't really see too often having it. It's very important to be picking that one up. I don't think Puck needs to just yet because he's so tanky and high level, but yeah, they will eventually.
They're definitely relying on their other cores, both Ramses and Pasha, to set up action, whilst no one has had sort of space to try and catch up bottom lane, though.
It's onto Ramses.
Yeah, Ramses brought back. Do they have the damage?
He should be okay, but there is a Chen running in. No, he should be okay. There's press the attack as well. Yeah, it's fine.
With the help of Lil, they get themselves back away to safety. Still top of the net worth. Mr. S4 on his Puck. These kills that he's been finding, the towers that he's been taking, putting him into a position where he's nearly got that Veil done, so it's going to be very quick timing on that.
Yep, Veil with Necro. Very nice.
And any sort of fight where S4 gets his eyes on no one, it's going to be pretty much game over for that Tiny. They can certainly burst him, and they can certainly silence him for enough time that he can just not throw anything out.
Yeah, you can see, look at OG just trying to take advantage. They're Tiny solo level, we're pushing both sides of the map. We're taking bottom tower, we're taking top tower at the same time as this. S4 gets the last hit. They're sending home No-Tail. Fly is going to pay with his life for that, but No-Tail does at least get to live.
Bit of bonus damage there for Ramses. Always going to be nice.
But that's 2 towers. They got top tower, they got... Actually, that's all 3. They got all 3 tier 1s now, and now they have a Midas on Lone Druid already at this moment.
S4, Dream Coil at the ready down bottom. They're TPing in the Disruptor. How close are we to level 6 on flight?
Oh,
halfway through 5.
No one's pinging Rezo. Looks like they want to try to make a play onto him here. They've got the Bat Rider there too.
See if they've got enough damage. It's going to actually be the bottom lane where they go in and get the kill. I don't think they have the damage.
They've got the
It's gonna be
Firefly
close.
now. Ah, he's dead.
Okay. Yeah, with Lil coming in as well, making sure that no one can get those punches in.
You see how he doesn't even bother using the Ghost Shroud. That's like what we were talking about with me and Will before. It's you use Ghost Shroud, you actually just die so fast. He could have Ghost Shroud stick, or Ghost Shroud wand, he gets 500 life, but then you're taking just such an immense amount of damage from the sticky plus the Firefly. It's pretty much like 100 damage or more per second.
And actually, just a very important kill for no one to get.
Yep.
As it does push him closer towards that Blink Dagger, and sure, the kills aren't going to be easy, but he has the chance to find any sort of misstep, misplay from OG that he can get in and instantly look to try and punish.
Yeah, at this moment for VP, it's like any kill is incredibly important.
And that's one of the biggest getting Reza.
Yeah, they're so under-leveled now. And it's already, it's 11 minutes and it's a 5k gold lead, so it's pretty substantial. Jarek's about to have Midas finished.
And Pasha, 1700 towards that Blink Dagger.
So we're gonna have, what, triple blinks coming out for VP, it looks like? Yeah, blink on Tiny, blink on Pasha, and blink later on Legion. He's still quite a ways away. But Tiny's got the blink now. Whenever it gets delivered on the courier, the courier's actually delivering wards right now, so it's still going to be about 30 seconds till he gets that.
I see where they want to try and make a go for the moment. Just trying to take as much as they can from all 3 lanes, but Ramses could be in trouble here. S4 coming in with the wraparound, Veils drop down, Dream Coil into the silence. They've got the purple balls flying out as well. More than enough damage to
Relocate
blow up Ramses.
Rezo, though, it's actually just gone.
He's already out of there. Runs back down the lane, he'll be fine. There's the pickups that we're talking about. Blink for Pasha, Midas for Jerax. Motel. Continuing to make very good progress.
No one wants to just kill the Spirit Bear. He's trying for it. Nope.
Savage Roar, and it's out of there.
That innate spell resistance that the bear gets from the Demolish skill, 30% extra, saves it from the combo.
Rezo with his build as well. Building directly in relation and reaction to what VP have, going straight for the hood this game so that he himself doesn't have to worry about that combo finishing him off either.
Quick smoke coming out. They're 5-manning toward bottom. S4 does not have blink yet. He's got level 2 phase shift.
Oh, we could be in trouble, S4. He's got to be
bottom.
careful. There's the orb out. Goes for the silence as well.
Oh, he's in the trees.
Oh, S4! Oh, he's done himself in.
That's a big kill. And they get dual damage on top.
Alright, S4. That's what feels bad, man.
At least during this no-tail is split, pushing the mid lane a bit, and Necros farming top. But at least there's some positivity.
And next level plays from S4, really. It's like, come and get me. Come and get the kill. We'll get stuff done elsewhere. And he's going to put, a bit of a hold back onto S4's blink, which he was very, very close to before that.
I think even if he gets past the trees there, they've got double blinks. They probably would continue the dive there, so it happens. That was a 5-man smoke rotation for the puck.
Sure. VP do get the job done with it. Rezo could complete. Continues with the pressure on up top. Same build, of course, from Jerax, going from that Midas straight into the Ags. That's going to help boost in. And 2.4k coming up on no-tail. So getting closer and closer to that relic. They've tried for the bear and himself a couple of times, but as we've seen, it's a hard hero to jump this game with that Savage Roar. No-tail playing it very safe, keeping to the jungle camps, and making it very hard for VP to catch him out. Even with this lineup, with all these blink daggers that do have an incredible amount of jump.
They want to go on no one here, but Leo's in position for the relocate. No one looks like he's kind of baiting it. He knows something's up here, and it looks like OG's he's playing way too confident.
Yeah, the Fly's giving up. He's teeping out.
Yeah,
and knows that something fishy's going on there. She's going to head down bottom. Fly.
They're trying to get a duel / lasso. Lasso's up in about 8 seconds and use the relocate to maybe get a kill when they know that they're separated. They don't want to relocate into multiple heroes of OG, but do they have another smoke up? Not just yet, but Pasha, no one, and Lil. All grouped up looking to grab Rezo. They have that safe lane ward that was placed by Solo earlier still. Looks It looks like Jarex is changing the build a little bit, though. He is going for the hood now.
Yeah, I think I like that as well. Because it's pretty much entirely magical coming out from VP. Sure, the right clicks are tiny and Legion do come through, but having that sort of save against that initial magical burst could be huge.
OG's ward looks like it didn't see them exactly smoke under it, but it saw them like walk into an area and then it saw the smoke animation, I think. So they are aware that this one's coming out.
See how safe Rezo plays.
They're all grouped up in mid.
And Rezo's
out. Yeah.
So playing it careful. No tail. Very close to that relic, just 700 gold to go.
And the nice thing is at least that when you do those smokes, the IO and Tiny are still farming. So it's just like the Bat and the Witch Doctor kind of running around looking for picks while the other two sit on the opposite side.
And they're coming deep here because see Pasha coming across. He's looking towards No Tail. Will jump in. He's going to try and make a go here. They'll bring in with the relocate. Static Storm's down, but they're managing to bring him down very low. No Tail's gone. They get the big kill. S4 jumps in, gets the 3-man Dream Call. They're up to the Shrine OG. They've taken down the Witch Doctor, turning towards no one. Rezo comes in, rip the Reaper.
Oh, and he gets relocated out.
He is out of there. Brilliant play from Lil with the relocate back out of the situation with the save.
Almost.
Very nice there.
Almost a disaster.
And I think at the start of that fight as well, we saw the Static Storm drop down, but I believe no one, he blinked immediately after being relocated in, so the Static Storm didn't get him. Really nicely done there from VP overall. They get the no-tail kill. Sure, they lose a Witch Doctor, but that's massive. Slowing down this Radiance is everything that VP could have hoped for at this stage.
The relocate's like so. I think he waited. I think Fly actually waited a second before. Because look, Fly, they land and then he drops the kinetic storm.
He was a little late with the static storm.
He was late with it. It looked like that.
But no one was also very quick as well. We're just getting into a different position, making sure that they couldn't find the jump. And yeah, despite S4's best attempts there with the 3-man Dream Call, the follow wasn't quite there. The damage from the Reaper Scythe wasn't enough. And yeah, Lil, as ever, with the very, very godly IO plays.
Fly. Looks like he might be instantly dead here.
Rest in peace, Fly.
And they know he warded as well, so that's going to get de-warded instantly.
It's a double whammy for VP.
I saw them ping it at least, so they should be down there eventually with Solo.
Oh, Pasha. He's going to tease around a little bit of S4. S4 drops the Dream Code, doesn't want to mess around.
Rezo top. Might be going for a solo kill here, but he doesn't actually have Reaper, so just kidding, it's not going to be going for a solo kill. And now there's a relocate.
Rezo may have overstepped the market. These paralyzing cars speed him in. They'll jump in. They've got the duel. They'll take the damage. Rezo getting punished for going a little too far out on that top lane. That is something you really can't afford to do when you're playing against all these Blink Daggers and against an IO. It's going to be punished each and every time, especially by a team of the caliber that VP is at.
They should get Lil at least out of this.
I know, he's been pulling some sick plays, but yeah. He's nothing he could do to pull himself out of that.
It's a pretty big mistake, though, for Rezo. You know, he's playing versus IO Tiny. He just walks up to a Witch Doctor with not too many creeps in the lane, so the cask bounced beautifully on him. Oops.
Nonetheless, No Tail now has got the goal for the Relic. This Radiance pickup is going to be pretty damn huge because of the abundance of Blink Daggers that VP have. If OG can start to push and fight with the Bear on the front line, suddenly things become that little bit harder for VP. Sure, they'll start the relocate to get no one in position, but not having maybe that instant lockdown follow-up from Ramses with the Blink duel could certainly make things a lot easier for OG.
Yeah, the name of the game pretty much for VP is not let OG group up as that like 5-man unit. Keep the lane split pushed out and try to go for those pickoffs with the IO Tiny relocates. Because 5v5 fighting game and 5v fight engagements are still pretty tough for VP to take versus OG's lineup, especially once Radiance comes on. S4 Fly smoked up. They see Solo, but they want a bigger target, but they'll settle.
They'll settle. They certainly will. And more nice. S4 did jump up higher, see if he could catch any more off the back of it. Heals down to Solo, buying him some time, but the Dream Course dropped down. Solo will finally go.
Use coil, though.
Indeed, they're ready to turn back in. No one comes in, combos down Fly. This is going to be a buyback from the Witch Doctor. Solo wants to fight with the rest of the boys. Jumping forward, Pasha gets the lasso onto Resolution. Jarex is down. No one with the double kill. Rezo trying to finish off Lil, but Lil gets himself up to the high ground. Reaper Scythe is there to finish off Ramses on the Legion, but overall VP, they're the ones to clean up. Maledict and Toss onto Resolution. Triple kill for no one. As these fight, VP playing them absolutely perfectly, and despite this sort of solid 4K lead that the OG have had since about 10 minutes in, it's not got any bigger. And now the fights are kicking off. The execution's just a little bit tighter from VP, and as we saw there, you know, they jump in, they did commit the Dream Core, they throw a lot down for that Witch Doctor kill, but then they're on the low ground. VP can come in quickly to the shrine, have that high ground advantage, jump back in, and hit back with insane punch.
And yeah, it's like if the shrine is right there, that's the big thing.
Such a dangerous place.
Solo's like, okay, cool, buyback instantly. Buyback, no one tosses him in, he gets a decent cast off, and from there the fight's super difficult. Like, you're fighting inside the enemy jungle, and you don't have a lot of like, heroes around. The cask is going to do immense amount of work. And there's no coil anymore. And OG's fighting the 4v5, of course, because Lone Druid takes time. He needs that Radiance online before he really gets involved into the team.
And we're seeing there as well just how heavily punished Rezo gets once he's Ghost Shrouded. Just one of the huge benefits of his magical solo. Could be in trouble in the mid lane. They get the glimpse back. They have the vision. Solo will be taken down, and he'll be down for a little bit longer as his buyback was, of course, expended.
He's pretty tanky. He takes
with the heal, he takes a bit of time.
With the cloak, the bracer, the heal, plus 200 health talent as well. Decently tanky, but there we go. The siege that we're talking about. When OG gets to group up, towers go down.
Not the biggest of losses for VP. I mean, we saw Solo buying back and such. He knows that him being off the map for 20 seconds or so isn't the biggest of deals. Top lane though, no one pretty deep. S4 eyeing him up, trying to keep both the IO and Tiny apart.
The glimpse.
Oh,
he gets it.
Oh, they did the glimpse just in time to break the relocate.
And the tower
will get them the kill on no one. They're going to get almost certainly this IO as well.
Oh, Fly with the massive, perfect timing on the glimpse, and he gets the tower deny on top. But that was all started from S4's TP up in that top lane, just acting super confident in their faces, forcing them to kind of stay in the area. Very well done by OG.
My thrift rewarded.
And it really is. I mean, you look at that. Still a 7k gold lead.
Yep.
Despite the fact it was only 13 to 10, but it really is.
Jerax, Rezo's there. They've got the cask.
Oh, if the bounces are good, but they're not. Bounces head over to the creeps. Jerax will get a bit of time to back off. Bounce is still coming through, but there's the heal. Rezo back up to full. VP now being the ones that have to back away. S4, Fly, Jerax, Resolution looking to chase. Do they actually have the catch potential? Still no Dream Coil, of course. Looks like it doesn't matter. They just force VP away, get the space for No-Tail to move in on this top lane. Should take down this tier 2 with ease. And it is certainly getting to that point where things get harder for VP because OG, they are kitted out to group up as 5 and take these team fights head on now.
They know that Static Storm is down, though, right now, and it looks like VP wants to try to take an engagement.
Solo gets the ward out. Jump in, and no one actually going for No-Tail here.
Gets the toss back.
He does indeed. Drops it back to one of the creeps. Now Pasha and Ramsey's in with the lockdown.
Can they burst him?
No. Oh, he's sent home.
Yep, sent home by Jerax again. Super
Jerax.
clutch.
Well, they get the bear, so they're trying to chase it.
They're trying to
They want to get a kill. Nice glimpse from Fly, though, again. Both supports playing very nicely to keep one another alive. Looks like Jerax will finally get taken down, though. He gets tossed back. One more. Oh, no. Is he going to live? Oh, he lives.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Jerax.
The force-staff play by Rezo, the glimpse by Fly. Everyone's just...
This is the sort of team
Teamwork.
play we love to see at this sort of level of Dota. Everyone keeping everyone alive. VP as well. Lil gets the Tether target and the paralyzing cast. They're absolutely bashing the hell out of Resolution. They do manage to catch Solo in the kinetic field. He'll be one to go. They get the Reaper side down onto Pasha. Not enough to get the Reaper's kill, but they do get the kill after it. So OG will get 2 kills in return, and a lot of that down to the fact that they were able to just keep their whole team alive off the back of some very sweet plays as they disengage from VP's jungle. 10k gold lead. No-Tail certainly finding all the farm in the world as this goes on.
Yeah, he's massive. He's literally just farming up all over the place. That time he had his bear on the IO, which is such a pain in the ass as an IO. Like, you have the Radiance burn on you, so you can't bottle, you can't earn yourself, you can't tether and heal somebody because you're always ticking because of the earn, or because of the Radiance.
And of course a lot of that lead as well down to the fact that Jerax is just, he's pretty damn rich on this gen. He's nearly as rich as Resolution's Necro. He's pretty much, just about 1k gold away from having Aghanims on top of the Hood Midas.
That's
at just 24 minutes in.
It's going to be very nice.
Some crazy stuff indeed.
Everybody on OG is pretty farm. Like, Fly even has a point booster on top of his bracer, so he's pretty durable in comparison for those, like, for that tiny combo to bring him down. Once he gets Aghanims too, that'll be pretty absurd.
Looking to take down Jerax's pets. A couple of them. VP will finally claim this tier 1 tower on the bottom lane. 34 stolen damage at the moment for Ramsey's, not made as much as he would like.
Next name of the game for VP to take fights against this massive magic damage lineup is the BKBs. They really need them in order to fight versus OG.
I mean, and that is going to change a lot once those BKBs come out.
Aegis though, this could be where OG pulls quite a far margin ahead. Rezo actually goes for the Dagon build, and now he's building the Aghanims next, so Since they already have a bear going Radiance, obviously he won't go Radiance, so adjustment of build. Dagon quite lovely versus IO as well, since he's so squishy.
Yeah, no contest at all from VP around the pit. G. Get this one for free. Just into the hands of Rezo. VP. Both Pasha and Ramses eyeing up this bottom lane, waiting to see maybe if OG show themselves before they know they can go for this. Pasha reveals. Ramses will show that he's in the neighborhood as well. As they keep the pressure on.
Press attack the catapult.
Get good old Carty, that extra bit of attack speed. OG poised to go around that mid lane. Fly an S4 on the high ground.
Very confident, as they should be with that Aegis, with their lineup. As long as they're grouped up, they shouldn't have to be... They shouldn't feel too concerned about the VP.
How's Pasha doing? Nearly has those boots to travel online that he's been towards. Back readying up for this defense though. VP heading back. No one and Lil still out. They have to relocate ready. They're starting to go to work. Fortifications straight out from VP. See how much of a hold that they can pull off. OG respecting. Backing away. Mid lane, in fact. Maybe seeing if they can get a catch onto one of these two. Disruptor's coming through, but Rezo's TP was first, so a little longer on Fly's TP. That means they won't quite have the distance to catch either of those. Lil and no one will manage to walk themselves away. Build, of course, from Notel, going full in on that tower taking. We'll be getting the Desolator next for his bear, on top of that Mask of Madness, and it's a lot of punch, a lot of siege potential from OG.
Smoked up right away. They recognize where VP wants to be positioned. They want to be able to push out that bottom wave and push as much as possible so that they don't have to worry so much about their base. But Jarak's top lane, that's him. Claiming it with his creeps, keeping that forced in always so that they can continue their siege.
Pasha trying to take down some of these creeps. Is he going to get any time? He won't. Oh, back to safety there, Jarak.
Oh, denies one of them.
Oh, feels bad. Yeah, Academ's complete. BKB for no one. It's closing in on it. There's one of the BKBs out. Ramses has his done. Ready on Legion. Of the Blade Mail next. OG actually starting to sweep across this area of the jungle as they come back over to VP's half. Pressure coming in on the bottom lane. The last tier 2 remaining. They'll look to take it.
They know they have a big lead right now, so they don't want this IO Tiny to split the map up from them, because it still can happen where that they get split up and then the Firefly plus the Legion nukes stall the push long enough, but not if they have Aegis and not if they're this strong at this moment. OG looking to close at least one Rax out.
It definitely seems to be the big item that we saw them go for in the first series of their way for. So when they have that Axe on the Chen, they just go for it. And already jumping in with the Dagon and Reapers, they'll take down one.
On S4.
Indeed, S4 getting locked down. Do they have the heals to keep him alive? They do not. That's going to be S4 gone, and now Ramsey's ready to lead forward and chase for more. There, they do lose Solo, gets rooted up by Notel's Bear. He is down indeed for a full 45. They have the numbers if they want.
They've got the BKB still on the Tiny.
The Bear's falling down low.
He's dying quick.
He's just getting ripped to pieces here as the hands get held onto him. They've got the lasso onto Notel, dragging him back, but Pasha's falling low. Gets healed up by Ramses, will survive for the time being. OG now turning their attention towards the Rax. And of course, with these Ancient Creeps and this lone Druid Bear just going absolutely ham with the Mask of Madness, they'll claim the melee Rax. They'll back off. OG get what they came for, and they aren't really punished that much at all. Sure, they lose S4, but they get the objectives. Everyone else gets out, and they even manage to take down Solo twice after he buys back. It's like a shrine to boot as well. OG maintaining a very strong lead. 29 minutes in, 13k.
He wanted to keep the fight going, and the unfortunate thing that happened there was that Lil's tether actually broke off of no one. He popped BKB and it just outranged Lil during the tether. So Lil wasn't able to keep him overcharged up and heal him. So no one got a bit afraid. Obviously had to back up because he wasn't getting sustained up. And yeah, after that OG just takes the lead when the two BKBs are on cooldown from VP. And now it's a 13,000 gold lead for OG, and it's looking harder and harder for VP to really do anything.
Yeah, they have to take these fights perfectly to stop OG getting the chance to get their hands on the Rax, because they just bring them down with such speed.
And it's going to just get faster with that Deso and the Bear with Mask of Madness.
Oh, Ramses is walked out into this, and in fact, he's just gone. And he does not have buyback. Oh boy,
And that's the Reaper
Ramses.
kill too, so it's 70 seconds.
Yeah, that's not
They see no one
great.
and Lil as well. They have a ward on the high ground there, so S4 goes in.
Yeah, he's ready to go. Jumps in with the Dream Core, no tail, watching for the sidelines. No one pots the BKB. Chance for Jack. Jack nukes down the IO. He's gone. And now, no one. He's got to somehow get himself out of it. Blink's still on cooldown for 5 seconds. S4's hunting for him. He's
dead.
deep in the tree line. The Radiance indeed holding him down so he can't blink away. They've got the vision. The help is spammed out. No one accepts his fate. He's down as well. He does have buyback, but neither Lil or Ramses can get themselves back in on this one. It's looking rocky for VP. They will hold in. They're not giving up quite yet. They'll go for another fight. 30 seconds to without Ramses. How much can OG do with this time? The bear straight in, and look at the damage it does with that Deso Mask of Madness chunking down the tier 3, looking towards the Rax, trying to slow it with the Avalanche, but this Rax is well and truly gone.
This is looking like GG. I think VP is just gonna call it. They might just try to get a kill here and just call GG, because at this point, even if they do get online, it's gonna take too long, and they're just way too
21k
far.
gold lead.
Yeah, way too far behind.
I mean, in terms of the net worth as well, no one being no one, he has caught up to this point where he's still got a good amount of farm, but it really just feels like overall with the draft that VP had, they just never found the pace that this Tiny needed, and definitely one of the problems of running a safe lane Tiny, where you have a tri lane that's needed to babysit him. He just doesn't get the levels. He can't get that momentum that you sort of always see from this dual lane mid Tiny. That's the more common one from the past.
Yeah,
with the
OG got the lanes that they really wanted, and you can see what ended up happening. It was just a pretty big snowball factor, but now we have OG sitting around the rush pit. It's not quite up yet, but they've now picked up a bunch of items, of course, because that surge of income from taking out Raxes, Aghanims on Disruptor, a bunch of other luxury items coming out all around. The full Aghanims on full Aghanims on the Necrophos, and yeah, Lincoln's plus more on Puck.
Pash up.
They get the lasso though,
Yeah,
but he's getting sent home, and he's gone.
In fact, hey, deeper in the middle. Oh no. They
That's
came in with the
Aghanims.
relocate on the back. They
He can't
tried to bring
BKB.
on. He's got GG is cool. That's the Reaper straight down onto the Tiny. It is all over.
Yep, gets relocated in and can't
Yeah.
pop his BKB because there's an Aghanim storm.
And Fly gets the dual damage just to rub salt into the wounds there. But there we have it. OG with, well, compared to the Empire games that they had, I would say this one is even more convincing, really, as you say, from the lanes, that OG decided to take the matchups that they wanted to get to the team players and to the pressure that OG put on. And No Tail, of course, played a very, very, very nice lone druid. Great timing on the Midas, the Radiance, and the Hero was perfect in this situation. The Hero continues to look incredibly disgusting when it comes to taking down objectives, especially with this Desolator build. It just, you can't stop it.
Yeah, Jarex had such an impact on this game. So he won them the lane super hard. He was pretty much everywhere, and
I mean, they're picking this Chen first phase. Like, is again to the point where you look at this and say maybe VP just ban the Chen, or of course take it themselves. We know that VP can also pull off some great Chen plays. Lily's very, very comfortable on that hero.
We'll see. This game they just got way too far behind at the start. Lost all 3 tier 1s, and from there it's hard to play IO when you're at map disadvantage.
Yeah,
like that.
Absolutely. Well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. OG ending that game with a 24k goal lead. Very convincing play from them. We'll see if VP can change things around and bring it back in game 2. Don't go anywhere. We'll cut to a short break and then back for the final game of the day, VP versus OG.